Hello, my name is Dr. Chris Fraser. I'm a gastroenterologist with an interest in endoscopic procedures, including the Stretta endoscopic anti-reflux procedure. This is a Stretta device, which is really a simple device in the sense of its application. The procedure itself is really straightforward. Takes about 45 minutes to do. The patient, for me, is usually under a short-acting general anesthetic, so there's no issues about consciousness and discomfort. As you can see, the catheter is very flexible, and it's really made up of three components. The first component is the handle, and the handle has various parts to it, including this part, which is used to extend the needles at the distal end of the catheter, which I will show you. This valve here is a pressure release valve, and it's used in conjunction with this simple syringe to inflate the balloon at the end of the catheter, which I will show you also. The other parts to the handle are underneath, which include the water irrigation port and the suction port, and this end is the connection to the workstation that sits to the side of the patient and does all the work for the endoscopist. The middle part of the catheter has centimeter markings on it, and that's important because we start the therapy about 1 centimeter above the gastroesophageal junction. So I mark on there where I want the Stretta device and the distal end of the catheter particularly to be before we start the treatment. At this end of the device, the distal portion, as you can see, it's a very soft floppy tip, and in fact this catheter is railroaded over a soft wire that is placed into the stomach using a gastroscope beforehand. This part of the catheter incorporates a inflatable balloon and also the needle, so I'm going to show you that now. So I'm just going to use a syringe to inflate the tip. And as you can see, the balloon is now inflated. And that's at a set pressure and volume. And then with the handle, I'm going to now extend the needles, of which there are 4. And these are the needles that are going to apply the radiofrequency energy to the lower esophageal sphincter and the cardia of the stomach. And these are placed very strategically, initially about 1 centimeter above the gastroesophageal junction. Treatment is delivered in a very controlled fashion. The temperature is absolutely controlled, and the duration of the treatment is controlled by the workstation. So in a way, it's automatic. Once 4 points of treatment have been performed, the needles are pulled back inside and the catheter is turned 45 degrees. The needles are pushed out again, and another 4 points of treatment are performed. So there are 8 points of treatment at the first 1 to 4 levels. So the next level, I'm not going to deflate the balloon because I just want to show you how the procedure works. The next level is half a centimeter down. The treatments are repeated, 8 points again. Levels 3 and 4, exactly the same, at which point the balloon is deflated and the catheter is pushed into the top of the stomach and then pulled back a bit to treat the cardia, and that is at 2 levels, and instead of 8 points of treatment at each level, they are 12 points of treatment, because the needles are rotated, instead of 45 degrees, they're rotated 30 degrees in each direction after the initial treatment at that level. So that's the procedure. After that's been completed, which takes about 45 minutes to an hour, the catheter is withdrawn from the stomach and the gastroscope is passed down to check the anatomy, to check the treatment region, and the patient is then woken up and allowed to recover and will go home in 2 or 3 hours time afterwards. Thank you.